a Forge Master, all working together
Yes.
to make crazy things happen, versus a Canadian Threshold Descendant, Rug Delver. Basically the update of Canadian Threshold.
Yes. So,
Turn 1 Delver.
I think strike those names, reverse them, but let's see. Turn 1 Delver for the Delver deck. Turn 1 Citadel. Lotus Petal.
Cracks it. Is it going to
Cracks
be a
the pedal.
gamble?
Gamble.
Woo! I love the gamble.
Love me a gamble. Let's see.
Gamble Welder is such an awesome little combo.
For what it's worth, one of the cards we really, really like out of this Mud deck against the Delver deck is Blood Moon.
Yeah, there are multiple Blood Moons main, and 2 Blood Moons main, another Blood Moon in the sideboard. Very, very oppressive for a deck like Rug Delver. We're going to see also the possibility after sideboard of 3 Trinispheres. Also just being really problematic for a deck that wants to be really efficient with its mana. A single Trinisphere might make Aaron unable to cast anything, but even if he does get the mana out, he's almost certainly only going to cast 1 spell a turn.
Yeah. I mean, there is only an island in Aaron's deck that dodges the Blood Moon, but Gamble, it looks... Can't tell
What did he discard there? I didn't see the discard.
Let's see. It's covered up by my name. There we go. Hit Wormcoil Engine into the graveyard. I'm betting Zach looked for a Metalworker. Yeah, he's got a City of Traders. Gonna run up into that Metalworker next turn.
I see a Grim Monolith.
Metalworker looks like another Wormcoil and a couple cards that flash by a little too fast. Gamble, and then in hand.
We can't see the hand, but let's see.
Brainstorm, Delver flips, revealing Brainstorm. Just gonna try and kill him as fast as possible before he can do any shenanigans. When in doubt, if your opponent's doing something crazy, just go kill them.
City of Traders, Metalworker. Now they have access to each other's deck lists. Aaron could have a Daze here. There's a Daze.
Daze for the Metalworker.
What do you think about that play? He could have cast a Grim Lavamancer into the Metalworker.
Yeah, it's possible. I just don't want to let that Metalworker get active at all. I don't want any chance
But
of
I'm
it.
saying Zach could have cast a Grim Monolith into...
Oh, Grim Monolith into the Daze, you mean? Oh,
so then you'd be able to cast the Metalworker through a Daze.
I don't know. I might just go for it. If he doesn't have it, I think that's what you need to have happen.
Here's the Grim Monolith a turn later.
Yep. Let's see. I think if you're a Grim Monolith thing, you're setting up for the Wormcoil. I think this actually gets him exactly where the Metalworker would through a Daze. 6 mana for that. Let's see. If this other Delver flips, it could get ugly very fast. Oh, he's just going for it right now. Wormcoil Engine. City of Traders replacing City of Traders, but Force of Will is going to keep this off the board. It's possible that Rug could just run away with this. Just counter your spell, counter your spell. I mean, waste your land even seems devastating at times for this Metalworker deck.
What does Zach even have left in his hand right now? He's got 2 Wormcoils in the yard right now.
Yep.
He's only got 3 mana active in play, but one of them is the City of Traders. So if he wants to get more, he's either got to find some more artifact mana to cast or lose his City of Traders after he gets a little burst.
Yeah. I'm kind of excited to see if he can get some Voltaic key action going. Oh, there is a Force of Will revealed to Delver.
Ugh.
That's probably a lock about now. Zach Hicks dead in 2 more swings. Dead to a Lightning Bolt in 1 swing. Facing down a Force of Will when his deck is playing 1 spell a turn. This does not look good for him at all. No, that's just packing it in, going to game 2.
I mean, honestly, that was a very quick game 1. I think that you have each other's deck lists. What does Aaron do if you've got the Resolved Metalworker there? I mean, yes, it's possible he has a burn spell in hand, but I think you just toss out the Grim Monolith, use it up, get down a Daze safe Metalworker.
Well, I think the issue is that if he goes that route, he no longer has... He wants to use the Grim Monolith mana to cast the Worm... Like, what ended up happening is he got to the same point he wanted to with the Metalworker, where he cast the Wormcoil Engine. And then he could have won that, like... all he's trying to do is cast the Wormcoil.
Yeah.
So getting the Metalworker, like, jumping through hoops to get the Metalworker in play. If the Metalworker dies, he can't cast the Wormcoil. Same as if it gets Daze.
So if it gets bolted, okay.
Right.
Okay,
But-
that's acceptable, that's acceptable. For those of you who are just joining us, I'm Adrian Sullivan here with Ari Lax. This is the top 8 of the Star City Games Live in Memphis, Tennessee. And we're finishing up 2 awesome days of tournament magic.
Yes.
We just saw a very quick win from Aaron White playing the Rug Delver deck.
Yes.
So what I have, though, for you all is a trivia question, so one of you at home can also win. This win will be 3 free months of premium. And this actually is going to go back to things that have been said not only just moments ago, but a little bit throughout the weekend and over the last couple of weeks. So we are seeing Aaron White here playing Rug Delver. If you want to get in on the free 3 months of premium, tweet to SCG Premium, you can see it right there, the hashtag SCG Premium, the correct answer to this question. What is the older deck list name for Rug Delver in Legacy? It's an update, basically, of a classic Legacy list. What is the name of the classic version of this?
I think this is the kind of list that I think like Ben Weinberg was known for playing this for a while.
Right.
I know one of my friends, Paul Nicolo, from back at the Flash Grand Prix, managed to pull a top 8 out with this really odd kind of fair deck list. Like, what are you doing here?
Right.
We're gonna cast Flash and go Infinite. You're just gonna cast Nimble Mongoose?
So the question, hashtag SCG Premium, what older deck name could be applied to the Rug Delver aggressive lists that we see now? And you want to put that to hashtag SCG Premium. And we're going to go back now to Aaron White versus Zach Hicks. Aaron White's sideboard only has 2 Ancient Grudge, but we saw what happened there. He didn't really need anything to, special. He just had Delvers plus some counters. Only 2 Ancient Grudge. I don't think there's much else in there for him. I mean, do you like counterbalance here or not really?
Not really. I think he just boards out either Stifle or Spell Snare against this deck. Probably Stifle.
On the other side, go ahead.
I might board out, I don't think Stifle does enough. I think he wants to board out Stifle and board in 1 top, just sort of fixing. I mean, Stifle can counter a Forge Master, but I just don't want it against these non-fetch lands.
On the other side of the world, we see the opportunity for Trinisphere, Blood Moon, and Powder Keg as being easy possibilities to come on in. And if he wants to get a little bit more wacky, Steel Hellkite is actually pretty scary if it hits the table.
I kind of like Chaos Warp as an answer to it, like these few threats. By the way, Chaos Warp, a commander card alongside Scavenging Ooze and Flusterstorm, finally making an appearance. 2 in a red. I actually have to look up if this is an instant or sorcery.
It's an instant.
Really?
Red 2 instant. Target permanent gets shuffled away.
And its owner flips the top card of the deck, and if it's a permanent, it gets slammed into play.
Yeah. Does it go to the graveyard, or does it get shuffled in?
It gets shuffled in. You can hit the same thing if you shuffle well. Let's see what else. I don't know about Steel Hellkite. I think
I'm just throwing out brainstorm sessions. I like the 3 drops to begin with.
Actually, I think Hellkite might be better than Blightsteel Colossus in this matchup. I don't think you're going to be doing that too much. Just any of the big guys is probably good enough. Blood Moon, for sure. Spellskite, maybe. Definitely Powder Keg, though. Definitely want Powder Keg for these Delvers. Powder Keg's a bit of an oldie but goodie. Ratchet Bomb, but
well, it can kill the artifact lands.
You do have your own artifact lands, but yes, it can kill artifact lands.
I mean, I don't really care about killing my own. Actually, let me change that. Having played Welder in the past with artifact lands, sometimes you are praying to get one of your artifact lands in the yard as a mana accelerator.
That's true. That is true. So there's a little bit of game with Powder Keg. Powder Keg also does not hit enchantments, but I don't know how relevant that is. I think these Ancient Grudges are going to be huge.
Only 2 of them, but they are very, very powerful if he draws one.
I know a fair amount about not drawing 2 Ancient Grudges from my opponent's side, so I guess that's always an out. Let's see here.
Zach Hicks shuffling up. Aaron White looks ready. Zach presents. A little unhappy about that quick loss.
Interesting note on this mud deck. 0 Chalice of the Voids. That's a typically seen card.
That's so shocking to me. I was playing in playtesting, and with my friend Ronnie, he played a Chalice control deck at the Modern Grand Prix in Lincoln, and Chalice was so powerful, but I think Chalice is even more powerful in Legacy.
Yeah, Chalice is very good against all these Brainstorms and similar cards. Just shuts off access to the best card in the format. But in Zach, it looks like he's saying, I don't want a Chalice, I want to cast my own 1-drops. I want Welder, I want Voltaic Key, I want Gamble, I want my 0-drops, I want Mox Opals and Lotus Petals. He just wants, and he has a top in his deck. He actually has enough spread on a curve as opposed to some of the usual mud decks that he doesn't really want to chalice.
Turn one, Mountain
for
Goat.
Zach.
Whoa. Mountain Go. It's not the most exciting start for a deck like Zach Hicks.
Let's see. Fetching away off a Scalding Tarn. Interesting to note, all these fetch lines in the Rug deck, all they have to do is get an island. They can fetch any card in the deck. Misty Rain for a Scalding Tarn, only really necessary. Actually, not at all. They just happen to be maybe, you know, more appropriate, but I definitely, when I played Rug, was playing with Polluted Dells to try and throw people off. So if that's a marginal advantage, or even just dodging a Pithing Needle. So Ponder off a basic island for Aaron. A bit of fear of Blood Moon, because he's seen the list. His one basic. Most of these lists, though, don't have any basics. Let's see. Keep or shuffle? Keep or shuffle? I always like it when my opponents shuffle with Ponder. You know, if they keep... I guess with Ponder, it's a bit more of a trap sometimes. They're like, yeah, I'll keep 2 bad cards and a good card, or a really good card and 2 bad cards. But with, like, Preordain, if they ship both, I'm much happier than if they keep one. That means they did not find what they needed.
Turn 2 for Zach Hicks. What's he going to get here? It would be awesome if he had a City of Traders and a 3-drop.
That might be the Hall of the Bandit Lord. That is, in fact, Hall of the Bandit Lord.
Boy.
And a Goblin Welder. Judge Promo Goblin Welder, in fact. So, Hall of the Bandit Lord. Artifact. Or not artifact. It's a land. Taps for colorless. That's what I'm thinking. Comes into play tapped. Taps for a colorless. You have to pay 3 life for the colorless mana. But if you cast a creature out the colorless mana, it gets haste. So it's
amazing.
In the same vein as Boseiju, but it just never really saw play because, you know, when you're just going to want to cast one creature.
When you see a card like that,
get
rid of it.
Yeah.
You don't want that
What
to
is
happen.
this? Oh, God, I don't want to deal with this.
Yeah. So, interestingly, a living Goblin Welder. Normally, if a Goblin Welder lives, things are pretty rough for you.
Things are going to get a little bit wild.
Does not have anything going on yet. But let's say he gambles, for example, and discards an artifact. Like that, for example, is one of the old school ways to make Welder do something fast and furious.
Now something I've heard discussion about, Faithless Looting exists. You can loot into
that's
it,
pretty cool.
But he does not have that in his deck. I don't know if there's a room for that somewhere, but that seems really awesome to me. This is the kind of deck where you might have a lot of random sort of maybe dead, maybe live cards, and you sort of filter into what you want. So Zach untaps with an active Welder.
City of
Traders. Is this a Metalworker?
Trinisphere. Oh my goodness gracious me.
That card is awesome.
If this resolves, I think Aaron is done.
Aaron has the days, but he's still stuck on this one land.
Next turn, all that Zach needs is a great Furnace.
1 from Welder.
Yeah. A Furnace will mean the Trinisphere comes out.
He has it in hand. He has it in hand right now.
Oh, there's a
Wasteland the City.
Doesn't do so much.
Good thing I was going to sacrifice that anyways.
Guess what? GG.
Oh, he has another city. It's not necessarily... Oh, he has no lands. This is the second time we've had Aaron Wet on camera with no permanents in play. He, in his first game in the Swiss, was wastelanded out and stuck on no lands in play and just died, and then won the next 2. He is currently on no permanents against a Trinisphere. That is not what he wants to see.
I don't think anything is going to happen here that's at all
City,
good for Aaron.
Paying 3. Oh, yeah, Metalworker costs 3 anyways.
Yep. Nothing to
Can't
return
force
of note.
Can't play a response. Welder in for 1. Don't really want to weld out any of these guys for a Great Furnace, right? Oh, guess I'll play another land and not cast a spell with my 2 mana because you can't. Trinisphere is real rough.
Trinisphere is a house.
That's an Ancient Grudge? Yeah, that's not. Good luck with that. Oh, yeah, you're still a ways away. Metalworker.
1, 2,
Lodestone
3,
Golem,
4,
Spine of Isha.
5, 6, 7, 8
mana. Oh,
Spine. He can spine away that green land.
He can spine he's gonna spine the land. He can weld out the spine, return it to his hand, get the Furnace back into play, and just start going wild here with playing a Lodestone Golem. Oh, wow. Oh, just everything. We're going to be back to no permanents to play again very soon for Aaron.
Lodestone
no
Golem.
permanents in play. To be fair, Lodestone Golem Trinisphere does not work in Zach's favor.
The way you think about the Trinisphere requires a minimum of 3 casting cost, and Lodestone Golem will contribute to that minimum. It doesn't make Trinisphere a 4-nosphere, if you want to think of it like that.
When you're just wondering about Trinisphere, it always applies last, after replicate costs, after kicker costs, after all other additional costs. So that is a scoop from Aaron before he gets down to no permanence in play. Is there a word for that? Is it like board bent, like hell bent? Is there something?
If you play certain old formats, like say the 5-color format, the 250 format, if you have no permanence in play, if you try to speak, players will tell you, no, you cannot speak. You are not playing